Welcome to the Dub Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dub Sports Podcast Golf Edition. I'm Donovan. I'm with Brady today. We have a couple things to talk about with you. We have the long drive competition that Bryson DeChambeau was involved in this past weekend. We put up a course vlog of a tournament that we played in this past weekend as well. And we're just going to talk about long hitters and how that maybe affects the game of golf and what we're seeing now in PGA Tour events. So, Brady, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I can't complain.
Here again.
The only problem with today is it's raining
And we
outside,
can't go play golf.
And we can't play golf. We're both off work, and it's raining, and that sucks. And it's going to be raining for like 40 days and 40 nights, I think.
Cullowhee's like Florida.
Yeah.
It's mostly sunny.
Yeah.
But eventually, at some point of the day, it's going to rain.
Mm-hmm. I remember back in the day when I was here at Western, WCU for us stood for We Carry Umbrellas, because it was ultimately, at the end of the day, at 4 o'clock, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
I mean, every day.
Every day.
So here we are.
And when it starts, it continues for months.
Absolutely.
It seems like so.
Absolutely, especially this time of year. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's our one complaint for today, and just
so
dealing with the rain. So far, absolutely. So long drive competition this weekend. Bryson DeChambeau really surprised us, I think, overall. I mean, finishing the top 8 this past weekend.
I think even Kyle Berkshire commented after the fact, was like, look, he played great during the Ryder Cup. He set a record drive of 417 yards.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he really came in from playing the full game of golf into this long drive atmosphere and really performed. And I mean, I just have numbers wrote down here. And so Bryson, obviously, he made it to the final 8, but kind of fell off after that. And rightfully so, looking at some of these numbers. But, I mean, just moving down the list, I mean, in set 1, he posted several drives in the high 300s. His best one on the first set was 406 yards. Set 2, kind of the same ordeal. 386 was his high for that. Set 3, he posted 2 400-yard drives and then maxed out at a 403. Set 4, his highest was 396. Set 5, 394, and in the final 8, he carded a 391. And so, just absolutely ridiculous. Any way you want to look at it. Mm-hmm. And then obviously Berkshire came out on top. But I mean, in the final 4, just alone in those matches, Berkshire posted a 407, a 404, a 413, and maxed out at a 425. And so, just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you gotta give it to those guys and their athleticism and the way they hit the ball. But
and it's crazy to think that, and I know that there's wind that factors into this, the course or whatever. But Bryson hit a record 417-yard drive at the Ryder Cup.
Insane. And
didn't hit that. I mean, I'm sure we're talking about the long drive competition is. The flat, obviously they're hitting from there. There must have not been a whole lot of wind that they're having to deal with there, but he didn't come close to 417 this weekend. I mean, not really.
Well, wind factors into it. The way the grass is manicured and what stripe he hits it in is going to affect that, and like the slope of stuff is going to affect that. So. Any way you want to look at it, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that he hit something 417 and then goes on to chip and make putts and play well. Absolutely. And so I think that's like kind of the big thing for Bryson is that like he came off of a week that's majorly important to the PGA Tour and the people on it, and for the Europeans as well. From playing great golf, being able to do it all, to like, I'm out here to swing as hard as I can and let loose.
No doubt.
And then the next week have to go back and play again, kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to see how that translates.
Well, he should have. I mean, he should have a couple of weeks where he can kind of get back into the groove. Playing before he has to play in tournaments again. I know that the PGA they're doing events. Sam Burns won this past weekend. They're doing events, but nothing toward FedEx Cup points and
nothing on the high caliber of stuff.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I think that he's definitely going to have time to get back into his game, and I'm sure he'll be fine next season. But I guess the question is this something that he continues to do throughout the year? Surely he wouldn't decide to do the long drive stuff throughout the course of the season in the PGA season.
I don't think it's going to be to the equivalent of what those other guys are going to do it, but I'm sure every once in a while, he'll throw a tournament in there. But I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, he went out there, he competed, he beat some of the heavy hitters, and so I mean, I don't, the question is what he's doing. I didn't say that right, but is what he's doing. I still can't say it right. Whatever he's doing, as far as hitting the ball a long way, can he withstand that and keep it sustainable for him and his game and being able to play on that high caliber?
Well, it's almost to me like he's doing that anyway. So, like especially when it comes to the driver, I mean, he's taking a hack at it for sure. But he's extending the shafts on that as far as he can. He's lowering the degree of the loft of the club. He's taking a full swing. I mean, he's not leaving anything out there when it comes to swinging that. I guess just over time, the question will be: is his body going to hold up?
Yeah, and I think the only other really podcast that I know of that is mentioning stuff like this is Rick Shields, but I think even Guy raised the question. It's like, can he do this for a long period of time? And I think Rick's answer was very on point. It was just like, if there's anybody that can do it, it's him. I mean, he's super intelligent. Obviously is a hard worker. Knows his game, knows his body, and he's pushing himself to limits that probably most people haven't ever even thought of doing. And so, I mean, you look at guys like the Tiger Woods, where at one point they hit it farther than anybody has ever seen it, but it got the best of them over time, and it's just kind of is that going to happen with Bryson? And obviously we don't want that. I want to see Bryson have a long career. I think he's going to have a long career.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's so young and he's in such good shape at this point where if he needs to lay off, he can lay off a little bit, and it's not going to overly affect him.
Absolutely. And nutrition is at a whole new world.
For sure.
From what it used to be.
Yeah.
So we joke all the time that Bryson has his nutritionist out there with him on the range, and I guess giving him a Nutri-Grain bar when he needs one.
Drink this protein shake.
Telling him what to drink and eat when he needs to.
We're over here pounding Sierra Mist and Cheerwine.
That's right, absolutely. And John Daly was on the course, and his nutritionist was throwing him Busch Light.
12 Diet Cokes and 23 McDoubles. I mean, whatever packs of M&M's he eats, I'm
here's a beer, here's a pack of cigarettes, go hit it.
Smoke
bar,
it. Yeah.
So, obviously, I think for Bryson DeChambeau, his body's going to hold up longer than obviously John
for
Daly
sure.
or somebody like that. But no, I think it's fun. At the end of the day, I enjoy seeing him in these competitions, and like I said, he's swinging like that anyway. I think that he is going to have to if he's going to do this throughout the season, he'll have to take a couple weeks off PGA Tour events just to get back kind of in the mindset of.
I mean, you think about when we're out there on a course, granted, I'm nowhere even close to any of these numbers, but I'm I hit the ball, I'm pushing 300 with my drives, absolutely. And I can carry it over that sometimes, but when I'm swinging out of my shoes, trying, we played in this Captain's Choice tournament, I had some awesome drives, but simmering down a little bit after those drives and being able to hit a second shot or a third shot into a green, it's that's the hard part. It's been able to have the feel again to hit a short wedge shot or to even make a putt at this point, and so.
Well, that was going to be my question for you too. Is that, I mean, for a weekend golfer, you're a good golfer and you hit the ball hard, especially off the tee. But I've seen you around the greens and you're able to have feel, and I mean obviously your chipping game, your iron game is good. So is it different like when playing in that Captain's Choice tournament? Yeah, I mean, you hit a drive well over 300
I mean,
in one of those.
So
tournaments.
it really depends on confidence is a big part of it. Your practice plays a huge part in it. And so like you take somebody like me versus Bryson. Obviously, Bryson's a way better player.
Yeah.
He has way more experience than I do. He practices a whole lot more than
Sure.
I do and has a lot more knowledge of his clubs. Like I play everything stock. I always have. He's got everything fitted for him. Like he knows exactly what he's doing and what his clubs are going to do for him. And it's like, it's just one of those things where for me, I'm kind of like, I hit a long drive and I'm like having to, like, let's look at this shot, like kind of take a few practice swings and be like, okay, like let it sink in that I got to hit another shot. Mm-hmm. That's not just me absolutely trying to rip it. And so
Sure.
it is difficult. I mean, I think my biggest problem is like distance control because like with long drive, you're trying to hit it as far as possible. And then with a wedge shot, it's all about trying to hit it in proximity to the hole. And so I think it's definitely tough for both the average golfer and the professional level. So
yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. He's a lot of fun to watch, and I mean, I kind of enjoy him doing things like this. I think it's only good for the game to kind of just cross it up, and we've even seen like Kyle Berkshire. With his YouTube channel, like he's playing golf courses, and it's fun to watch.
So do you think like intermingling the two professions, like PGA level golf to long drive profession?
I think it would be neat to see. The question I have is, Kyle Berkshire is a good golfer.
He is,
but he's not on the PGA Tour, and there's got to be a reason why. So I think at the end of the day, like, yeah, he can smash it, but I mean, can he play with these guys? I mean, even like the JT Postons of the world. Can he play with those guys on a golf course?
Yeah,
and I don't think that he can.
Well, with him, I think like you take a look at his swing versus Bryson's. Mm-hmm. Bryson is swinging hard, but it's controlled. Mm-hmm. Where Berkshire just kind of wails at it, and he's like coming out of his swing and stuff, which is fine. But like, I think at some point, like if Berkshire wants to have this time on the tour and wants to be able to play in these tournaments, like he's got to learn like, hey, I've got to simmer down a little bit and like be able to contain what I've got as far as power and swing speed and all that stuff, and utilize it to the best of his ability. And so
make some putts,
putt under pressure. I mean, and I think there's no denying, like that's what most PGA Tour players say, is that like it's under the gun, I've got to sink this 4 or 5 footer.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously they have the other things that they stand out in with longer putts and wedge shots and iron shots and fairways hit and stuff. But I think that's like really Berkshire has to learn how to kind of tone things down a little bit and come back to reality. It was like, hey, I don't got to hit it 400 yards off the second shot. I've got to hit it 85 yards and put it close over a bunker. Like, and so, I think it's good for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the game needs to progress, and it needs things like athletes to come in and play this certain level to spark interest.
Yeah.
And to challenge golfers. I mean, like for me, if you were to come out and be hitting it 350 nonstop, I mean, I'm going to be working out. I'm going to be trying to figure out how to get up there too, because everybody wants to hit it far. But
sure.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do just want to mention that Kyle Berkshire, in his own right, is a phenomenal golfer. Like there's no doubt about it. He can play.
They're athletes.
Yeah. Rarely does he even bring out the driver on the course. I mean, he's hitting 4 iron. I mean, 350 yards. So
it's crazy.
Why even bring out a driver?
Or an 8 iron.
300. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But those guys can hit it. It's fun to watch. I mean, obviously, the old saying is, you drive for show and putt for dough, and it's fun. It's fun to watch those guys. Hit the driver. I mean,
so before we move on from like the Bryson thing, who else on tours is competing lengthwise and distance wise to him? Like, obviously, nobody's hitting a 417-yard drive consistently. He's not even doing that. But, like, these other numbers that we're seeing, like 380, like 390, 372, like, who's even coming close to that?
I mean, I think Rory is trying to.
Which is insane.
He's so small.
You look at him, he's like every bit of 4 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just he's built like a sack of rocks, but, I mean.
Yeah.
I know you've not seen him live, but I've seen him on multiple occasions, and the dude is like not that big, but can absolutely well on a golf ball.
Yeah, I think he's probably the closest, but like I don't even think because he's so short, like in a long drive competition, if he would even like come close to fair. Like I don't think he would be top 8 in a long drive competition.
He wouldn't be doing
because
that.
You're extending those clubs out, And
do you think like a Brooks or a DJ's even sniffing that at all?
I think DJ is probably the next closest. But I don't,
because there were guys like Cameron Champ and stuff that came onto the scene that you thought like these dudes hit it a long way, and then like they just kind of got pushed out. That's like you can hit it a long way, but you can't score. So
sure, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think DJ. I mean, John Rahm can hit it hard, but he only takes half a swing every time. And,
I'd like to see him just let loose.
I'd like to see him just bring his shoulders on back and just kind of see how far he would hit it. But I mean, he's strong. But DJ, I've always like fathomed like DJ's swing just because he just coils up and then just like releases it like a spring. And I don't know, maybe he could. I don't know if his swing kind of fits that style of play, but he can hit it far. I mean, no doubt about it. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we're just mentioning tailor-made guys. Maybe there's something there.
Yeah. So I got a question for you. You've not been playing golf that long.
I haven't.
Out of your time playing, try to exclude me.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the guys you think hit it the longest, as far as guys that you know that you've played with?
So just local
guys.
I feel bad about it because I don't know his last name, but there was a guy that I played with. His name is Logan, and he was a friend of mine, a guy that I went to church with. He was a friend of his. They grew up together. They worked together. He's from Taylorsville, so they live in Taylorsville, North Carolina. And he played baseball at Erskine College, and then picked up the game of golf after baseball was over with. And he's only, I mean, we're talking about he might be 6 foot, maybe 6'1", 165, 170 pounds, not very big guy, kind of slim, and he can absolutely smoke a driver. And he's a great player. He's a scratch golfer. But I've seen him hit. I mean, I've seen him hit a couple greens at about 340, 350 yards.
That's crazy.
And he hits it straight. I mean, it's very controlled, smooth swing, and he's definitely one that I've seen hit it the farthest. There's another guy, Jim Hickman, who's in Maiden, North Carolina, who is 75 years old now, and played college golf at Carolina.
Okay.
Was a golf coach and instructor for a long time in Maiden, and it was funny because in these Captain's Choice tournaments he'll play from like the old man teams.
Oh, and just smoke it probably.
And he's hitting 280, 300 yard drives at 70 years old. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And his mechanics are perfect. I mean, smooth swing. Yeah. And he's a taller guy, but can still absolutely kill a driver. But those are the two that I played with that really hit it hard.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple just off the top of my head, and I'm sure that anybody that I know that's from my hometown would agree with me, but just 3 names of just absolute power swinging a golf club are Derek Mason. So Derek's about your size, a little bit bigger than you, but Duke, and I don't even know how much golf he's playing now. He works in the health field and travels, and I've not seen him in years, honestly, but I remember like on several occasions being on a par 4 and like dude just flying at greenside, like absolutely just crushing the golf ball, and doesn't even swing that hard. I mean, just is huge, has power to hit it.
Yeah.
And then Zach McKelvey is one as well. For a long time, you've played Forest City.
Mm-hmm.
and around those areas. Like there were many rounds where Zach didn't even take driver. Like he just played with the 3-wood and like scored amazing rounds. And so those are two, and then like kind of the dark horse that I've not seen again in years and talked to is Steve Harper Jr. I have firsthand witnessed him hitting a 3-iron over 300 yards, like absolutely smoking the ball. And so those are just some guys. I mean, there are other individuals that I know that for their game and for their size and stuff, they hit the ball a long way. But I mean, just me personally, like those are 3 dudes that just have unlimited distance and power.
Yeah.
That you have no idea where it comes from, because I don't think any of these dudes like work out or do anything extraordinary to like gain this power. I mean, Zach has lost a ton of weight and still hits the ball a long ways, but like even when he was a lot bigger, like it's like, where does that power come from? And so, but anyways, those are just some dudes that came to mind when I was thinking. I was watching Bryson and Kyle and then hit, and I'm like, who do I know that hit it like this? And those are the guys that I thought of. So
I wish I could wake up in the morning and just hit the ball 300 no problem and be done with it. Like, I'd be fine. I would be fine at golf if I could just do that.
That'd be great.
I mean, I'd be all right. So anyway, so MidFest this past weekend.
MidFest.
Let's talk about the course a little bit first. And you won a member guest at that course.
I have won a member guest.
That's a big deal. And so we are gonna really just kind of talk about that. We want to. Our goal is, we've talked about last couple of weeks, is just to find just a new course or something that we haven't played maybe once a month or so, and do some on course vlogs, and we want to just do better about our video and keep getting better at that. We're amateurs and we're just trying to do better at that. So
that's right.
But Cleghorn this past weekend, an overall fairly difficult course. Especially around the greens.
It's a hard golf course,
and it doesn't look like it
should be.
But it is definitely, and I can't tell because I can't hit the ball off the tee box to know if it is or not.
How nice of a course is it to you? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, shape wise and stuff.
I think it's in great shape. I thought and it is challenging. Like the roughs are rough, but they're still nice. They're still in good shape.
Yeah.
The green was in great shape when we played this past weekend, and I didn't see the green a whole lot, but it was in good shape. I would say, 7, 6, 7, something like that. I mean, it's.
I give it an 8.
Yeah.
3/4.
Okay. Well, there you go. Shout out to Coach.
No, I think it's a outstanding course. There's some rough areas, but like the fairways are in good shape. The greens are in good shape. The bunkers and those sorts of hazards are well manicured, and like the things that I find trouble with around that golf course is there are areas like when you do miss a fairway and you happen to hit it right in the rough or something, there are like dead limbs and trees and stuff everywhere, which is not something that the course can control, but like that's just kind of like,
that was frustrating.
Yeah, you just there's no getting up and down, and I can expect that if it's a hazard and if it's roped off, but like you hit it in the woods, like, and don't even have a chance. Like, I think, and that might just be me talking and us talking about, because we play a course that's like there's no forgiveness on it. It's fair. Yeah. It's fairway or bust. Absolutely. On our course, and so you take a course like Cleghorn where you're like, it's the same ordeal a lot of the times. Like you miss the fairway, and it's just like you good luck finding your golf ball, and you're taking drops on every hole. I mean, that's a hard part, but I know you struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
I struggled. I chipped in on the last hole to shoot 79.
Yeah.
And so
and
I felt like I played my tail off.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I mean, just to kind of give Cleghorn a shout out since they hosted us, and they're always good to us. My dad's a member there, but I mean, they've got everything from the golf course to a pool to a restaurant to they have a gun range, gun club, and then they have even their golf range is in really good shape. And
yeah, it is.
And they provide those kind of facilities as well. And then if you're just looking for like an atmospheric, like festive kind of location, I mean, they have the equestrian center right down the road and all the things that go on with that, with the events and the restaurants and the bars and all that good stuff. So definitely a cool location to check out.
Yeah.
And to travel to. Luckily, it's in my hometown, so I get to play there pretty often. But yeah, I think it's a great course. I'm looking forward to being able to travel a little bit more though, and see some things that we haven't before. So
yeah, absolutely. And we traveled down for the day and came back up, and overall good day of golf. Is just great course, like I said, and there's some good views there as well, and so it's still kind of a little, still kind of mountainous, in that area, Piedmont area, and so overall great course. I'm glad they hosted us, and it's a good day.
We'll have to go for a redemption round.
Yeah, I mean, 102 is the best I've shot the 2 times that I played there. So
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Hey, my team came through. That I somehow got on a team.
You won money,
and I don't know how that happened, but I got my money back. Let's just say I didn't have to pay for it.
There you go.
It was. It was a terrible day of golf for me, and I've been having nightmares about it since, and I've been trying to change some things up, and. Brady gives me a hard time, and I'm a head case, and I am a head case, but I just can't quite figure it out.
Trying to challenge you, Don, make you better.
Yeah, but I've only played for a couple of years, so we're getting there. And
look, I shot 79,
yeah.
but I'm just as capable of shooting 100 as I am in the 70s.
I don't know about that. I think so. For me, just to recap a little bit.
Okay.
For me, we were driving down, and I told. Brady and Ryan both, when we were driving, I was like, look, if I could just keep the ball in the fairway, like my goal was just to play bogey golf. That's what I'd like to do right now. I just kind of feel like that's where I am with my game. If I can shoot bogey golf, then it's a good day. And I felt like if I could keep the ball in the fairway off the tee box, then I would be all right. The best part of my game is a short game. It is chipping, pitching, putting. That's usually what I do the best at. And I did that. I hit fairways.
Yeah.
But somehow, something happened, and I could not chip the ball whatsoever.
You got the old El Jose.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
The Hazel, son. You got the shanks.
Yeah, I had the shanks. Iron play and wedge just the face of the club flying wide open. I hit one chip shot, probably, what do you think, like 10, 12 yards from the green. I just needed to get a chip up and putt for par, and I hit it straight right into a sand trap. So, not sure how that happened, but it was that was the killer for me this weekend.
I made sure not to include those on our vlog.
Yeah, those definitely did not show up on the video.
Yeah,
maybe they should have. I don't know.
I think I maybe got one bad shot of you, but I got other ones. I think I got some of your better shots of the day.
There weren't many, so you did get
I got a couple.
That
My dad.
So. Your dad is
insane.
He is insane.
He shot one under on the front side, and then he didn't play his best on the back.
What did he finish at, 73?
73, 74, somewhere in that vicinity.
Still, man.
That
course is great.
Almost chipped one in for an eagle or something. I was like, ridiculous.
Absolutely.
So,
it was a fun day, but it's over now. We're going to move on.
Thank God.
Praise the Lord. Yeah. You might see me playing left-handed next time we play.
No.
It's going to happen.
No, it's not.
I'm feeling it.
Oh, Lordy.
Anyway, anything else?
I think that's it. I think we covered a good bit. Till next time. I'm trying to think. What's to come?
Well, we do have some PGA events going on. I think we had a good conversation with a friend of yours from back home. A couple guys I think we're going to have on to join us as a guest on the show and talk about the Bag Tour.
Yes.
And some sponsorships and giveaways coming your way.
I know it may seem like a far time away, but it's not. We have a trip at the end of January.
Yep.
And that's going to be a big deal. There might be 1 or 2 episodes come out of that week, and some vlogs.
Definitely some vlogs. Playing at Myrtle Beach.
Maybe
a couple courses
maybe
there.
Recording all day. It might be a longer video.
Yeah.
All day, every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we have some stuff coming. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a great week. Again, as always, from the Dub, just make sure you go out, you work hard at whatever it is that you're doing throughout the day. Go out and get that dub. See y'all later.